Good evening! So, I have been thinking and writing for probably the last 2 hours or so, and where all of this inspiration has come from is I've been really trying to analyze all day where my shortcomings are as a person, and it's been really, really cool because I feel like I haven't been accomplishing the things that I want to accomplish lately, and I feel like I've really got it narrowed down to where I can't bullshit myself anymore, which is pretty rad. So I just wrote. Like, I have pages and pages of stuff that I wrote down, and I feel like it's worth sharing. So that's why I'm recording this video. And it's about motivation and the idea that we're fed that if you're passionate about something and you love an idea and you want to set it into motion, that you're just going to have this constant flow of motivation and that it will never be shut off or you won't lack it. When that is not the truth at all. And I think it's so important for people to realize that you're not always going to have the motivation to do what you want. So if you're trying to do something or you want to make a change, you're not missing motivation. And I'm going to tell you why. You'll have to forgive me. I'm pretty much just going to be reading straight off this because I didn't take the time to memorize it because I wanted to give it to you guys. Motivation is not hard to come by when an idea is new or it's exciting and it's fresh. But that's all great if you have something that you can accomplish in a day. But if you're trying to do something like build a small business or get an idea off the ground, it's going to take weeks, it's going to take months, sometimes it takes years. And you are going to realize that motivation is fleeting because you have other things going on in your life than just trying to accomplish just one goal. You have work, you have families, you're trying to maintain a healthy relationship. You want to have some sort of a social life. You don't want to just work all the time. And I can tell you that you will hardly ever feel motivated to do what needs to be done and to make the changes in your life all the time because change is painful and change is difficult and it can seem monotonous and it can seem boring and it can seem unfulfilling at times. Like you'll question yourself, why am I even doing this? And it can seem really, really scary. To where it just shuts you down completely and you don't want to do anything anymore with it. And in combination with all of those thoughts, we have to realize that our bodies work against us in a way to keep us from feeling pain. Like that's a built-in safety mechanism that we have. So our body wants to keep us out of physical pain and it wants to keep us out of mental pain. So if you start feeling stressed or anything, your body tells you to stop doing what you're doing. And that will keep you from doing the things that you want to do. So it's much easier to sleep than it is to get up and study. It's much easier to watch TV or to go out and hang out with your friends than it is to pick up and read a book about building a small business or trying to figure out how to build a website or doing the introspection you need to do to be a better partner or to have better friendships. It's so much easier to let life happen to you than to go out and make life happen for you. And the truth is, majority of the time, people only feel motivated to change when one, it's easy, so that there's no pain involved, physical or mental, because they know they can do it and that they've done it before. Or two, their back is up against the wall and they have no other option but to change. And that's no way to live your life. You won't see the type of change you want to experience or the full potential of growth if you only take the easy street or make a change out of desperation. So what it really comes down to is making a decision. How badly do you really want the thing that you're setting out to do? Because I know for me, in the past, once I figured out my why, that I want to do something, or that I want to accomplish, or whatever my goal is, I've always been unstoppable. And knowing this about myself, whenever I get into a funk, and I'm allowing myself to make excuses that keep me from getting where I want to be, I have to remind myself that my stagnation is a decision. And I can tell myself that I'm not ready, or that I need more time, or that I'm too tired, or the worst excuse of all that I think I've ever used. And I found myself doing it recently, and it makes me very uncomfortable, and I don't like it, and I'm not going to do it anymore. But it's playing the role of a victim and letting the circumstances of my past, things that have happened to me, or the way that people have made me feel dictate my decisions. And I can no longer allow myself to keep cutting my own feet out from underneath me. So, what I want you to take away from this is that every decision that you make, whether it be big or it be small, they add up. And you can't let the fear of failure, rejection, the self-doubt, that internal dialogue that you have going inside your head that tells you that you can't do it, keep you from getting what you want in this life. Because literally, you are one decision away from a better life, a better income, a better marriage, a better job, better relationships, or just a better, clearer, happier mental state. But you must realize that what is holding you back from this fulfillment is you, and you have to address it head on. So once you realize, you're doing this to yourself, you have to ask yourself these questions. Is this a good enough reason for me to not have what I want? Is it a good enough reason not to be the person that I want to be, or to experience the things that I want to experience in this life? I know this. You and me, we won't always feel ready to change. We won't always feel brave enough, smart enough, like we deserve it. That's a big one. Feeling like you deserve something. Or that, the simple things like, I just don't have enough time. But all of these things aren't true. You make time for the things you want in your life, and you have to cut out the fat. You have to make decisions to be the person that you want to be, and to do the things that you want to do with your work, your dreams, your life, your relationships. And you're going to have to do these hard things. You'll be uncertain. You'll be scared at times. Things won't go according to plan. Unfortunately, we just can't say XYZ is going to happen and then life is going to be amazing. Everyone knows there's wrenches that get thrown into everything. But you must realize that as long as you're taking action and you're learning what works and what doesn't work, eventually you're going to get to the place that you want to be. You just can't be afraid of taking action. So the next time you catch yourself saying, I can't because, take a step back and ask yourself this question honestly. And then give yourself an honest answer. Whether you want to hear it or accept it or not, to get where you want to be, you have to answer this question honestly. Is this a good enough reason to keep me standing in the same place? To keep me stagnant and to keep me from getting where I want to be? Motivation is fleeting. But luckily, as human beings, we have that frontal lobe that enables us to realize and discern real danger versus stuff we've just made up, and the narrative we allow ourselves to be, continue to believe. So I hope that you enjoyed this and that you found some inspiration in it and it helps you. Because I know just getting these thoughts down and sharing them with you helps me not only discover new motivation and the passion I feel for what I'm doing here with Any Girl Fitness, but, it's just nice to cut the shit with yourself sometimes and be like, hey, this is what's up. You're keeping yourself from doing the things that you want to do. So if you like this video, please like and share it. I greatly appreciate it. Bye.